Chocolate Week. Chocolate Week is so fun. So Chocolate Week is February week 2, which is around Valentine's Day. So we wanted to bring in some Valentine's-y activities, even though our story isn't Valentine's-y related. Of course, it's still kind of love related as far as there's a celebration and we're celebrating our friends and friendship, but it is not romantic at all. but we have chocolate, we have some fun activities that you can also add on to your own Valentine's celebrations as well. So it's one of those weeks that we have our own story, but the activities are going to support your holiday as you celebrate. So it's really, really fun. The song is very fun, a little hard to sing, but it's worth trying because the children love it because you kind of get to laugh while you sing chocolate. So really fun week, Valentine's-y stuff. So you can kind of just plan ahead for if you're having a little Valentine's celebration where you might want these activities to line up. So our story this week, it's Puddle Bloom's birthday. So the celebration this week is Puddle Bloom's birthday. And we have a visitor from far away. We actually get a visit from Sir Alistister Owl. So if you remember back in week 1 of January, we heard of how Puddle Bloom originally met Sir Alistister Owl on his journey to Winter's Peak and all of that. Alistair, of course, is now a good friend of Puddle Bloom's, and he comes to visit with a special treat from far off, cocoa beans. And Puddle Bloom loves chocolate, but it is a rare treat because it's not something they can grow in Wondergarten. And so he comes with a gift, and so it's very exciting for all the gnomes to see Alistair coming, and then Puddle Bloom and Alistair get to kind of catch up, and then the gnomes are like, let's make Puddle Bloom a chocolate cake. So they go and they make chocolate cake, and then then they get to sing the happy birthday song. So this is another one of those daily songs that you get to see now in context of the story. So they sing happy birthday to Puddle Bloom, and then afterwards there's leftover chocolate, and it's like there's leftover cocoa beans, and let's make some chocolate. So we get to sing our chocolate song, and it's a fun, upbeat chocolate, like it's fun, and Nathaniel just had fun with that. So it's fun, it's funny, the kids tend to love it, and it just sets up for some really fun activities of making chocolate. So we have happy birthday, we have our chocolate song, and it's a really fun one. All right, so our activities, we're gonna start with Play-Doh again, but this one, if you wanna go full Valentine's-y, you can add red food coloring to make red Play-Doh, and it makes it really just fun and festive. Your gluten-free options as always. Now our main lesson, we have kind of a 2-part main lesson for day 1 and morning activity for day 2 go together. So I'll show you what we're making here and what we're using. So I have these little heart punches that I'll tell you about. We are making our little heart garlands, and these are very, very cute and very sweet. Very cute. So this is a culmination of a lot of great little skills that you can do with your children. First, all of these can be made out of either colored or painted paper from your children. So if ahead of this activity you don't feel like you have already pre-painted paper or coloring, that's really full, you can do that activity with your children. You can do red watercolor, you can just do purple or red crayons and have this ready so you can have paper. So if you, even back in September, we did red watercolor. If you saved that, you can grab that out and use that to make this. And then our activity for our main lesson day 1 is to be cutting out and punching these little hearts. Now, my favorite way to do this doesn't involve a specific tool. My favorite way to do this is this heart punch. It's just a little heart, and then the children can just punch it down and make a heart, and it's really nice and easy for them. Again, an alternative is if you want to fold the paper and just guide them along, cutting half of the heart out and then unfold to make a full heart, you can do that as well. So that's one of these, use what you have, assess the skill level of your children. If you think this is going to be easier, one little tip for this, just make sure fingers are up because you don't want fingers to get caught when they punch. So little safety tip there. Now, if you are using painting paper and the punch, you're gonna have to really chunk it down, so you might wanna help them with that. So if you want to plan ahead to use drawing paper, that punches through really easily. So just keep that in mind. And then once they're cut out, then you can have a normal hole punch, and you can guide them to hole punch to little holes in the round parts of their hearts. So our activity for day 1 is preparing these little hearts. So grab any other colored paper you have, get ready to punch them out, and then punch the little holes, and then set them aside for the next day. And then the next day, we're actually stringing our hearts. So this is another great great opportunity for needlework, those fine motor skills, pre-writing skills, yarn and a blunt needle, and they get to sew their way through to make their little heart garland. So another easy thing that they can do to make their own crafts and make a decoration that they can see on their house. When children see something that they made celebrated in their home, it really makes them feel so confident, so seen, and like they belong, and that what their value just gets confirmed for them. So I really love having them make something and hang it up on display. And of course, most parents do, but it's just a reminder that when they get to see something they made in their home, it really makes them feel special and that they really belong. So a really simple one for them to do, guiding that blunt needle with yarn through those hearts that they made. So very sweet, and of course Valentine's-y decorations. Now day 2, after we've strung our heart garlands, it's chocolate day. This is one of my absolute favorite little activities with children. It's easy, it's fun, and it becomes just a day that our children look forward to every year already. So we're making chocolate, and it is so simple. It is just 3 ingredients. It is equal parts cocoa, powdered sugar, and liquid coconut oil. That's it. So you get to choose your portions. I usually use 1/3 cup of each it makes a nice amount of chocolate. Now the coconut oil, I use refined coconut oil, so it's a very neutral flavor. You can also use unrefined if you like coconutty chocolate, that's up to you. But all it has to be is warm. Just warm, because coconut oil, that melting point's around 75 degrees, so it just needs to be a little bit warm. It doesn't need to be hot. And what I love about this activity is that children get to feel like they're making chocolate without hot chocolate, because usually to get melted chocolate, you have to melt it and it has to be really hot. And that's just, again, burning hazard. So I love that this is a way for them to feel like little chocolatiers with the safety of just warm coconut oil. So you mix up your cocoa, and this can be a regular cocoa powder or a high quality cacao. It's up to you. Powdered sugar and your coconut oil, and it just mixes to be this velvety, shiny, liquid chocolate. It is so fun. And then they can pour those into little chocolate molds, and then you just stick them in the fridge or the freezer, and that coconut oil solidifies and becomes these sweet little delicious chocolates. It's really so simple, but so easy, so delightful. So you can be making chocolate and singing the chocolate song. And then of course for snack today, I always bring strawberries and pretzels and anything I can think of to dip in all of that extra liquid chocolate. So they make their chocolates, put them in the freezer, and then we're scooping, we're dipping, we're eating. It's so yummy. And so it's just a really fun day of making chocolates. And then once they're done, the next day we'll tuck them into little chocolate boxes. So these are really great Valentine's gifts or gifts for anyone you love. Again, make sure they stay cool, because they will melt pretty easily since it's just coconut oil that's keeping them together. But they are so lovely. The children love them, and they really get to make chocolate without having to temper and melt chocolate and all of that. So equal parts, stir them up, pour them in a mold, pop in the freezer, and you've made chocolate. It is so fun. Always a really fun day, and you can use really any packaging you'd like to tuck those into a little box. I have a little example here of the little chocolate paper cups that you can put them in. Yay. I always love when people are excited. Yes, it's a really fun day. Even my kids are already like, when is chocolate week? So plan ahead to get some fun snacks for dipping that day. Wear your aprons, and then just have fun. So our 3rd day for chocolate week, we'll package up those chocolates after they're nice and solid. I like to chill those overnight. Now, one note is that if you do freeze them, they will be kind of hard. So sometimes I like to let them soften just a little bit before I give them to my children. And then, hold on, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I'm okay for now. All my kids have been sick forever, so of course I'm a little under the weather today. So I'm sorry if I'm sniffly or if I do sneeze. I think I'm okay for now. Then, sorry, I'm still fighting this. Then our final activity for day 3 of chocolate week, we're doing wax resist watercolor. So take a white crayon, you can draw little hearts or a little message, and then they can paint and see that reveal. Of course, I like to use red for Valentine's and chocolate week, and they get to see it. It's just a fun way to kind of spruce up a simple wet on wet watercolor.